This is an excerpt from a longer video lesson about how to write the 6 main text types for IGCSE English. If you would like to watch the full video lesson, which is 1 hour and 15 minutes long, you'll find it linked below. Get the worksheet, PowerPoint, and even take a review quiz, as well as find more exclusive content to help you with your exams on my website. Whether you're a teacher or a student, you'll find something over there that can help you. Now, all of the text types are based on this story right here. I'll flash it up on the screen. If you're not familiar, feel free to pause and read, but otherwise, let's get into it. Now let's take a look at letter writing. Here is our letter writing prompt. Have a think about the verb, the voice, audience, register, purpose and format of this question. Imagine you are Miss Salmon. Recent events have prompted you to write a letter to your mother to tell her what happened and what you plan to do next. Write the letter. So what is the verb? Have a think. So firstly, we have got the voice is Miss Salmon. Who is the audience? To her mother. So now she's not speaking to a teaching conference anymore. So we're going to expect probably therefore that the register is going to be more semi-formal. She's not going to use slang to her mother, right? She's not going to speak in such an informal way. She's still going to be polite to her mother, but they have got a close relationship. So it's not going to be very formal. The purpose is to tell her about what happened and what you plan to do next. So the purpose is to inform, and the format is a letter. Here's some general letter writing advice for you. So firstly, you should always begin a letter with a greeting. If you're not sure what to do, simply begin it with dear and then their name. If the text on question 3 doesn't give you a friend's name, you can make one up. So very formal would be dear Mr. Jang. Kind of semi-formal would be dear Joel, and slightly more informal would be hi. Did I say Joel before? No. And slightly more informal would be hi Noel. Voice, you really need to think about who you're writing as, so you should try to create a character. Is your character serious, chatty, immature, thoughtful, intelligent? And how will you show those characteristics through your writing? So for example, for Miss Salmon, I think she must be intelligent and thoughtful. And I think she's probably having quite a hard time, so maybe a bit stressed too. So how am I going to show that voice to my character of Miss Salmon? So you've got your character, you've got who you're writing as, then you need to think, okay, who am I writing to? And you need to create a sense of audience. Now you need to remember that in this case, for this prompt, a woman writing to her mother, they're very close. They've got a lot of shared history, a lot of shared past. So you need to make that relationship and that history seem real, seem realistic. So you need to think about what relationship do they have to each other and how will that affect their language choices. Really important too, have your characters ever met before? Now, if Miss Salmon was writing a letter to the education board or to a politician, clearly that would be a lot more formal. But writing to her mother, who probably knows her better than anyone in the world, that relationship is really going to have an effect on our language choices. So if you're close friends and family, you want to show that you've got a close relationship by referring to things that the person already knows about you or shared memories. For example, you know I've always been passionate about teaching, education. I wish you could have seen it yourself. You would have laughed yourself silly. So like anticipating, I know you, I know how you would react to this situation. Please don't get mad. Oh, like you would have found that so funny. I know you would have loved it. How would that person that you're writing to respond to what you're saying if they were there in person with you? Or a shared memory. Remember when we went to Australia? Well, it was 10 times even hotter than then. Or like, remember when I cried at the school disco? I cried even harder than that, right? So talking about those shared memories together. By contrast, if you're writing to someone who is less close, like a boss or a company director, clearly your sense of audience is going to become a lot more formal. So you can use phrases like these instead. I'm writing to you today concerning the matter of blah blah blah. As a loyal team member, our business's reputation is of the utmost importance to me. And I hope you will consider my thoughts above and we can work together to find a resolution to this matter. And don't forget to include a sign off. This is the thing that students always forget. Like they get it all perfect and then they just end their letter with no sign off. And I'm like, why? How did you even do this? So you should always sign off your letter with your name, and you can make up a forename or a surname for your character if the text doesn't say. So for example, if Miss Salmon is just called Miss Salmon, you make up a first name. You call her Samantha. Fine. So very formal will be yours sincerely, Mr. Jang. In the middle would be best wishes, Noel, and slightly more informal would be lots of love, Noel. I would probably only put lots of love for parents and best friends, people that you actually love, right? Two sides here then, so I'm going to give you some useful letter phrases for formal letters, and then on the next slide will be for informal or semi-formal letters. So beginning then with phrases for formal letters. Dear recipient's name, I would go with their surname, like Dear Miss O'Rourke. To whom it may concern, and that's when you're writing to a broader audience, like a group of people, or when you don't know the audience's name. I would like to inform you that I am reaching out with regard to. Your prompt attention to this matter is appreciated. I kindly request that I would appreciate it if you could. I hope you will consider my proposal. I am looking forward to. Thank you for your attention to this matter. I look forward to hearing from you at your earliest convenience. Sincerely, yours faithfully, yours sincerely. For semi-formal letters, dear name, hey name or nickname. It's been a while since we last caught up. I wanted to write and share some exciting news. I hope everything is going well on your end. I thought you'd be interested to know that. Guess what happened recently? Is everything going smoothly on your end? I've been wondering what's new in your life. Your support has meant a lot to me. I'm thrilled to share that. I couldn't wait to tell you about. I'm excited to hear your thoughts on this. We should definitely catch up soon. It would be wonderful to hear your thoughts on. Maybe we can meet up for. Take care and talk to you soon. Stay in touch. Until we chat again. Love, best wishes, yours truly. Now let's take a look at the exemplar, which remember is Miss Salmon writing to her mum. Hi Mum, I hope this letter finds you well, being your fabulous self. I wanted to share something that happened at school recently, and let me warn you up front that you might not be too proud of my actions, but I hope you'll be proud of what I plan to do next. You know how my year 11 class has been giving me a hard time, right? Well, it reached a boiling point and I did something out of character, but I wanted to tell you about it because I value your advice and perspective. So notice here that we've got like a little bit of a joke. Her mum is fabulous. And she's anticipating that her mum probably will not be proud of what she did. So creating that sense of audience, like I know what you're like and how you're going to react. And also the fact that her mum already knows about the year 11 English class makes it sound like, yes, they're very close. And notice that we've got some more informal language like right and well. And again, a sense of relationship. Why is she writing? Because she values her mum's perspective. So, I was due to be observed with my nightmare year 11s, and the students were, well, let's say not making it easy. They're a tough bunch, and I was feeling the pressure. In the middle of that chaos, I felt like I was having an out-of-body experience, and before I knew it, I'd left my classroom. I just couldn't face the observation, and honestly, the thought of attempting to teach that lot for one more second decided it for me. I pulled the fire alarm. I know, it was a stupid thing to do, but I was desperate for an escape from the situation. So again here, I know, because she knows what her mum would say to her about this. And again, we've got some more informal language like I'd instead of I would. And also putting honestly here makes it sound more informal. And also referring to the students as a tough bunch, and somewhere else it calls them a lot. Where was it? And teaching that lot. So rather than, oh, this group of students, this class, that's quite informal language to refer to the class. Here's the worst bit, Mum. They blamed Mark Jang, this year 9 kid who's the least likely suspect ever. The poor guy looked bewildered, and I couldn't let him take the blame for something he didn't do. So I did the right thing eventually, or at least I hope it was the right thing. I stepped up and admitted it was me who pulled the alarm. And you know what? I've decided to resign from my teaching position at Elmwood High. Maybe from teaching altogether. This could be a chance for me to regroup and find a new path where I can still make a difference, but with less stress and fewer 16-year-olds. So again, notice we've got this kind of spoken chatty tone with the ... and the and you know what. So we've got this more informal tone, and again here, eventually in brackets, giving almost like an inside joke tone to the writing. I know it might sound ridiculous, but I believe this is what's best. I need time to figure things out, rekindle that passion for teaching, and maybe explore new avenues. Your support has always meant the world to me, and I just wanted to let you know what's been going on. I promise to keep you in the loop as I navigate this unexpected journey. Maybe I could even come and stay for a little bit while I get myself sorted. Promise I'll do the dishes. Thanks for being the best mum an ex-teacher could ask for. Lots of love, Sammy, kiss. So notice here we've got lots of love because obviously you would love your mum. Sammy instead of Samantha, so we've got a nickname and also a kiss too. Definitely getting a sense of a relationship. She's asking to stay, she's being a bit cheeky and promise I'll do the dishes rather than I promise I will do the dishes, so quite informal language and implying that in the past she didn't do the dishes, she wasn't very clean, so definitely creating that sense of realism there. She keeps referring to her mother as you and like saying, you know, I really appreciate you and you're the best mum a teacher could ask for, so it definitely sounds like she's writing to her mum. And that's our letter exemplar. If you liked this video lesson and you want more content like this, if you want PowerPoints, worksheets, quizzes, and lots of different resources to help you with your studies, head on over to talkly.co.uk where you'll find more materials like this for teachers and students. Thank you so much for your attention today, and I'll see you there.